So, woo! Getting your groceries in from your car is cardio. Man, it's like so exhausting. But you know what? I'm going to show you guys what's in my grocery haul today when we are 7 weeks out from our first ever competition. And yeah, let's go to the kitchen, you know? Let's go to the kitchen. Boom! Kitchen time. So this is one of the last times you're going to see me in this kitchen before I'm going to move out actually, which is going to be another big talking point in later on. But now, first of all, we haven't been talking too much about food, but now we're going to change it up a bit because we are getting deeper into this prep. We're going like 7 weeks out and things are beginning to happening. We're cutting a lot of foods and we are like having this kind of discipline. The motivation part, it's done. The discipline part is beginning. The digging part is beginning. So I'm going to show you guys what I bought today, which is mainly the things that I'm eating every single day. Like, I promise you guys, this is what I'm eating every single day. So I'm just going to start it up. In this first bag, we have some green kale, plain simple green kale. And a disclaimer, guys, most of the things in these grocery bags is just vegetables, a lot of vegetables, but funnily enough we're going to start with the most interesting bag. We have some, what do you call it, chilies, just to spice up the food a bit more, to spice up the salads. We have some protein rich yogurt. This is like Greek yogurt, so no low fat, like 10 carbs and 12 grams of protein per 100 grams, so it's a really good source of protein. And it's also you know, yogurts like this with a lot of berries in it, it's helped me a lot to be like getting the cravings away. So I'm eating one of these like every single day. It's really crazy actually. Then I'm going to go to the first like real protein source. So fun fact, guys, I am like, you can barely see me here, but I don't care. I'm not that beautiful to watch. Either way, pulled chicken, you know, this is like, it's crazy, you know, it's like 86 calories per 100 grams in frozen condition. And this is a fun thing because protein source, the only protein source, like the clean protein source that I'm eating, it's like chicken. It's chicken, and salmon and fish. But the main part now which I'm buying is chicken fillet, chicken breast, and yeah, some sliced chicken slices. But I buy it in frozen condition because mainly in Norway you get a lot more volume, you get a lot more chicken for the money when you buy it in frozen condition. Of course the quality can be a bit lower, but at the same time it doesn't really matter that much because it's such a clean source. So I would rather save a lot of money on buying it in frozen condition rather in fresh condition. So, but when I find like chicken breast on sale, then I'm going to go out and buy it and then freeze it myself because it's kind of limited how much I'm eating of that sources. But when I'm not on like a cutting diet, then I eat a lot more of like chicken fillets and stuff, but bigger amounts. So the main sources of protein, chicken fillets and chicken breasts, I think you call it in the USA. So moving on to the next bag, we have some rice cakes. You know why? Because they are so good to be had. Okay, so the main thing right here is some Pepsi Max. I'm in that phase now where I don't have to be cutting it, you know, I don't have to do it, but I want to do it because I don't want to be in that, like in my last weeks and feeling the anger because I'm going from 2 liters of Pepsi Max each day to 0, you know, so I want to cut it slowly. So I'm buying these small boxes just to have some of it, you know, just to satisfy some cravings. Like for now, for example, I'm just really hungry, at the mood of being hungry, so I'm really happy that I'm alone. But it's like to have that diet sodas, the diets, you know, I'm going to show you here. We have like flavored water, you know, put this in water just to get some flavor into it. It's going to help, it's helping me so much to be drinking more, but at the same time I kind of reduce my water intake, my clean water intake, and I put it out up with like these diet sodas, these artificial taste buddies to your water, you know. But it works out. You can't do it, but it's not a problem. But I don't think my body, like for 16 weeks, will be happy if I just cut water and only drink diet sodas, for example. But it's up to you. Then we have some ketchup, diet ketchup actually, without sugar. We have some Thousand Island that we used to have on our salads, and the macros for this is pretty insane. We have like, this is per 100 gram, we have 67 calories, which if I usually put like 10 grams of sauces onto my salads, then you have like 6.7 calories per serving actually, and that's crazy. We have some tomatoes because vegetables is life on diet. We have some what we call it, mushrooms. You know, vegetables, a lot of volume onto your food. And this is my main source with the chicken fillet and rice, which is one of my main carb sources. Main carb sources, by the way, when I'm talking about it, it's sweet potatoes and it's rice. We have some asparagus, mainly because it's so easy to cook. A lot of asparagus, and it's cheap as fuck when it's in a frozen condition. We got some garlic as well to get some more spice into the food. More mushrooms. Then we got some more asparagus. We got some spinach as well, which I'm using every single morning. I showed you guys in one of my earlier vlogs what I was eating for breakfast, and I'm pretty much eating half a packet of like frozen spinach every single day. And this is also one thing, you know, buying frozen vegetables, you don't lose the quality as some people, like this is bro science that you have to eat all fresh vegetables, but it doesn't matter, you know, you're still going to have the same kind of calories, the same kind of micros, macros and everything in it, so it doesn't really matter. But I like to change it up a bit. I have some fresh spinach as well as some frozen spinach, just to, you know, the fresh spinach, to have that in your salad bowl, it's like so simple and it's so good for the taste buddies. And the frozen spinach into your, for example, when you're cooking it, it's just plain simple, and it's also much more cheaper. We got some red onion because onions are life. We also have, this is my favorite though, this is what I eat, like, the only reason why I kinda don't have any cravings are because of berries. So one packet of raspberries every 2 days, I will say, I use on my oatmeal and in my Greek yogurt, as well as some frozen blueberries. And for example, there as well, buying it in frozen condition for me works out real well, because I think the berries taste better in a frozen condition rather than in a fresh condition. But at the same time, you know, if you have the fresh berries in your refrigerator, you know, you're just going to be like, just take one, you know, you have to eat it before it gets bad. So frozen condition is also cheaper, you get more for the money. So yeah, and more spinach. So that is like my go-tos at the moment in this diet, you know. I'm a really simple guy. When it comes to like the last 7 weeks now. I'm going to eat every single thing, like I'm going to eat every single meal at the same meals every single day. So the main thing that I'm changing around is if I have rice or sweet potato with my protein sources. So that is something I do. Like if I feel like eating rice, for example, one day, I would rather have like 60 grams of rice, but like majority of the time I will have like 200 grams of sweet potato. But we're going to go a bit deeper into my meals and into my calories and into my plan right now. So we talk again in this next sequence. But first, I'm going to show you guys my next meal now. We're going to skip to a meal, show you guys some meal prep, like not a meal prep, but show you guys what I'm making. I'm just going to make a meal, you know, show you guys what are my meals, plain simple. This is like a really bad vlog, you know. I can't even talk. I'm trying my best to talk to the camera, but my mind now is like, oof, I need some food. So we're going to eat some food, make it up, and then I'm going to show you guys the food. Yeah, and then we're going to talk a bit more about my plans for the rest of the 7 weeks. So let's talk. Alright, so we are back at the kitchen. Like the whole video here has been at the kitchen, plain and simple. Alright, at the kitchen, and now I'm going to ruin some of the myths about that dieting is this kinda really bad and sad thing that where you just have to eat plain rice and chicken and vegetables all the time. That's not the case, you know. You can't get shredded there. You can't reduce your weight. You can't reduce your body weight, body fat. You can get a healthier lifestyle, and it can be fun as well. You can eat a lot of delicious food. So, for example, right now I'm at 2,500 calories approximately, but it may sound like a lot of food, but for a gal like me, I'm a really active person, you know. I'm working, and when I'm working, I'm walking a lot. At the same time, I'm doing cardio every single day. I'm also doing my strength training every single day. So like, it's not too much calories for me, but I do have a lot of. I reduce my weight, you know, by eating that amount of food, you know. So 2,500 calories, it works out fine for me. But what I really like to do is to eat food. So for me it's a problem because 2,500 calories is nothing. I can eat that I can eat that in a breakfast if I were able to. But what I want to do and want to talk about is some of the main factors behind a weight loss or getting shredded, or how to make your dieting even easier. So first of all, we're going to talk about the volume. So as you see in some of my videos, I do have a lot of salads when I'm eating, mainly because I'm a big fan of salads. You can do a lot with it. You can have a lot of different type of vegetables in it. But today I'm going to show you guys a different kind of meal, and we're going to go through the Norwegian national dish, which is tacos. We're talking about tacos, but we're going to do a bit different this time. We're going to make fish tacos actually. So this is going to be like a gift to my Norwegian followers. You know, in our shopping carts now, you can buy fish taco spice mix, which is something I've never tried it out, so I'm a bit excited about it. We're going to do like 200 grams of plain simple cod, which is a typical diet food, you know. Cod is a really plain and simple diet food which people really like. It's really naturally normal to eat this when you're at the end of your diet, and it doesn't taste that good, you know, but you can't do something great about it. You can use different spices to spice it up, and in this scenario we're going to make a taco out of it. So 200 grams of cod, we're going to slice it up and weigh it up, which is like the main factor right here. So as you see, when we are slicing it up, you know, we get to 200 grams, and right now we're 7 weeks out. When we're 7 weeks out, I want to track my macros as good as possible. So I'm being as accurate as possible, but I'm not like, if it's like 201 grams, I'm not going to be like, man, this is the world's ending. We're just going to go with it, you know. At the same time, like the vegetables as well, I weigh them up, but I kind of eyeball it as well. But like keeping it as you know, as near as possible to the numbers is important. Alright guys, so as you can see right here, the food is there. We're also going to use some tortillas to make the taco meal complete. We're going to use 3 of this. And the macros for this are insane. It's pretty insane. It's like, I'm going to list it up right here, but 500 calories, a lot of proteins, a lot of vegetables, and no fat, low carb as well. The only carb that you get are from the tortillas, but at the moment we're eating carbs even though we are on a diet. That's like the most ridiculous thing that I heard, that you have to be cutting carbs. Man, that is not like, it doesn't work like that. You can't be like, you have a lot of good options out there. Even though low carb may be working, if it works for you, fine, go ahead, do that, enjoy it. But for me, I kinda, when I see the same results on a high carb or moderate and high carb as well as on a low carb, then I would rather eat like more carbs when I'm a big fan of carbs. So but do whatever floats your boat, or whatever they're saying. So now I'm going to enjoy this meal because we had a long working day, and I'm feeling like, I'm feeling so tired. So I'm like, man. So that was just like, dieting can be fun. Dieting can be fun. And in the next sequence, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to make dieting even more fun and even more easy. How to freaking make dieting enjoyable part. You know, this is going to be the title of the video: how to make diet easy, how to complete your diet. Talk again. We talk again soon, because I'm going to talk. We have to talk. We have to do the talk. You know, the talk. There we go. Like, okay, so title of this video: how to make your diet easy. So first of all, like a disclaimer, dieting, when you're going to go into very low body fat, it's not easy. It's never going to be easy, but you can make it easier by following some steps, I think. So I'm going to meal prep a bit now, and then I just want to talk about some huge factors that are making my days a bit more easier while I'm on dieting, while I'm tracking my macros like a crazy person. Currently I'm at 2,500 calories, and I have cardio every single day, which is really intense considering that I'm 6 to 7 weeks out. But at the same time, I'm really like, I'm a cardio person, as I've been talking about earlier, but I'm not going to go into that right now. We're going to talk about that subject in a later video. But now let's talk about making your diet a bit more easier. So, a fun fact there: people are talking to me about, how are you training, how are your workout routines? And my workout routines are like working out 6 times a week and 1 rest days, having multiple sessions each day. And I don't really think that it's not a hot pot to go out there and have a really good session. You know, it's not hot pot for me to go out and work out. It's not a struggle at all. The struggle is here in the kitchen. Well, it was here in the kitchen before I kind of realized some choices that I can make to make my diet easy. Like, in my honest opinion, I think like people are making dieting too complicated, you know. I think a lot of people are overthinking the dieting part, which is correctly to do, because dieting is the right. Having your nutrition intake and your diet on point is the main source of getting lean and to get shredded and to lose body fat. But at the same time, I think a lot of people are overthinking it and eating way less food than they should be doing, eating the wrong kind of food, and just having the wrong kind of mindset about food. So, for me, for example, one of my biggest factors in life, or one of my biggest advantages, is to learn to enjoy to make food. Because by making food and really enjoying the process of making a meal, you're going to make the diet like 50% easier. Just to, like for this example, for example here, I'm using 30 minutes of a day to just slice up some chicken and have my food prepped.
So that's going to be my first real advice. Prep your food, prep your chicken, make it ready, know what you're going to eat, and be set off some time and plan. Be like, okay, today I'm going to use like 30 minutes to plan out my week. I'm using every single Sunday. I'm just thinking about, okay, what am I going to make the food for this week? What kind of sources do I need? What kind of protein sources do I need? Do I need veggies? And what kind of carb sources as well? So like many people are also thinking about, okay man, I'm going to go on diet, I'm going to cut out all the carbs. This is not something you should be doing if you are a big fan of carbs. If you're not a big fan of carbs, go ahead, cut off the carbs. But if you love carbs and you at the same time are working out a lot, then it's beneficial to have a high amount of carbs into your diet. So, for example, currently in my diet I have like 210 grams of protein, I have 290 grams of carbs, and my fat levels are at 59 grams, which is a good amount. You know, I can make really good and tasty foods and be happy with my throughout my days. So, which leads me on to the next big tip when it comes to dieting. When we're talking about dieting and planning out, you know, you have to kind of find yourself a strategy. My strategy is to eat a big breakfast and kind of be working on that for a really good solid workout, as well as having a decent amount of lunch. But my lunch is like the time where I'm least hungry. So at lunchtimes I will rather have a really light salad with high amount of protein and high amount of volume to keep me filled up for the rest of the day. And then I kind of save my calories in my meals throughout the day, because I know at the evenings I will be craving food. I will be craving something a bit more sweet, and at the same time I will be craving something that just giving me the feeling of being filled up, you know. So that's like one of the main reasons why I think dieting is easy at this point. Still 7 weeks out, so I have still a lot of things ahead of me. So it's really plain and simple to me for me to say like, man, dieting is easy now. But it's not easy. It's never going to be plain simple easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But you can make it easier by kind of find your strategy. Find a strategy like me, for example. Think where are you most hungry? If you're not hungry at nighttime or at the evenings, do not sit there and eat your biggest meals at the evenings. Then if you're most hungry at lunchtimes, save your biggest meals for lunchtimes and kind of plan it out, you know. You have 24 hours of your day ahead of you, and you kind of know most of the time what you're going to do. So plan it out, find a strategy, and just make a diet much easier that way. Changing the view again, because it's so much funnier to watch YouTube videos when you have different angles. But like another tip here, this is going to be my like kind of most serious tip, which has helped me, and that is to just accept your situation. I think a lot of people are not accepting the fact that if they want to lose body fat, they have to be in a calorie deficit by this much, you know. So kind of accept that you just have to go through this for a little phase, because eventually time is going to move on either way. So if your main goal and your main wish here in life is to get a bit more shredded or lose some few extra pounds, accept your situation. It's not going to be like a magic pill is going to appear and tell you like, you're going to get shredded today. It's not how it works. It's going to take you some weeks, some months to get to your goal, to achieve it, and you have to work for it. You have to be working for it. It's not going to come free. So it's like, accept your situation is something that I learned so much about. It's not only according to dieting. It's according to life in general. Just accepting that the situation is just like this now. For me, example, I'm kind of accepting the situation right now where I'm just waiting for the answer to be taking the next step. You know, I'm going to you guys are going to understand what my next step is in a later on vlog. So it's going to be like a big theme there, and it's going to be a big change. I talked about it being revolutionary, so it is kind of, but like, accept your situation, guys. come on, do not be that guy who's talking all the time about I'm going to get so shredded for summer, and then you're not willing to work for it. You know, you're not willing to accept that you have to cut out that bowl of oatmeal. Nah, not bowl of oatmeal. That was a really poor example. You have to cut out your bowl of Cocoa Pops on 300 grams. You cannot accept that, then you cannot accept being not shredded, you know. It is like, it's going to give you so much, it's going to give a huge advantage to set that strategy up, to set that acceptance up, to set your meal plans up, set off 30 days of your day to be like, yeah, man, this is what I'm going to eat this week or next day. You know, you don't have to plan the whole week. You can plan next day. You can be like a step ahead of yourself by thinking one day later on, one day earlier, if that makes sense. So like, be that person in a room who has that bit more knowledge, the bit more realistic thought, and the bit more acceptance levels. And like, okay, so I said that this was going to be my last like kind of tip, but the last one will be, as I said inside of this video, keep your food choices simple, keep it clean, keep your diet simple. You don't have to overdo it. You don't have to do like every single influencer out there and make your every single meal like this creative. I'm guilty in that myself, where I post like pictures of really awesome foods which look so fancy, but at the same time it's not something I make every single day. I'm kind of making those maybe every once in a week just to spice up my stories on Instagram and so on and so on. So like, you don't have to overdo it, but it's nice to overdo it if you like to do it. And you just have to go with your own feeling. You have to go with what fits your day the most, and that's going to make your diet much more easier by just accepting that it's going to be a bit more harder, because over time you're going to adapt to that situation. You're going to adapt to that calorie intake that you are at. You're going to make it much more easier by just staying in it and saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to do this because this is my dream, you know. And that's it, you know. That's my tips. Plain and simple. Keep it simple. Now I'm going to cut up my rest of my chicken because I'm meal prepping for a really busy week with a lot of work and a lot of training, and nutrition is the key to get through your training sessions and your works and your days. So yeah, it's like, just be prepared, you know, and that's going to get you way longer if you're not prepared. So it's also going to make your food choices cheaper. It's also going to make it much more effective to be out on a diet. You don't have to spend too much time walking around in shops and be like, okay man, I have to find myself a quick lunch. Then you end up choosing that yogurt, that banana, that protein bar, and you're going to have like 400 calories right there, which is a decent amount of volume, but you could get much more volume with a chicken fillet and a lot of salad, for example, for 400 calories. So yeah, that's just me. That's just the way I think, and that's how I've gotten this far in my diet. So we're just going to stay on this until the end of it. And with that, we're just going to say goodbye. Actually, we're going to end this video. Trying to be more active now on YouTube, being a more structured person with a lot of videos, trying to get shredded. Woo. So yeah, it's like up and downs, but don't make your downs count more than your ups. And with that, we're going to end this vlog. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys really soon again. Goodbye. Without me, without me.